good, everybody? It's your boy Fury. You can't make this shit up. You wondering what I mean, probably, by the name of this live stream called Ruining Their Escapism. I'll get into that in a moment. Because you're going to want to hear this. Just give me a second to get on the camera. Alright, now it works. Alright. Didn't work before. Now let's work on the light. Let's get the light right. Let's set up this light. Because this was just something that was spur of the moment. Alright, look like the light is right. Perfect. And then tune itself in. Alright, word. Alright, so alright, get this, man. Ruining the escapism is something that I discovered. And this is the topic of the video. This is some more cold speak. I kid you not. It's more cold speak. This is this new wave of anti-SJW shit. It ain't even new wave. Ruining the escapism is something that I saw a black YouTuber constantly say in his videos when it comes to things of this nature. Let's say there's a black female, or they've changed traditional characters, or is a rendition of something. Like case in point, with the whole situation with Velma. You know, the HBO Max series based off of Scooby Doo characters. And you know, we got Mindy Kaling, who's the actor, writer, comedian, if she want to call herself that. But she was allowed by HBO Max. Who signed off on this shit? Not us, not me, not Boom Quisha around the corner. They signed off to allow her to do this animated series called Velma. People are mad about that because Velma is brown in this one. She's a brown woman instead of the white woman that she was always portrayed as. And I'm like, I really don't fucking care. But you gotta listen to, let me see, this YouTube content creator. I unsubbed from him, but his name was Tyrone Magnus, I believe. Yeah. I'm not saying it like I don't know who he is. Yeah, it was Tyrone Magnus. And I've noticed in a lot of his videos, he'll say something like, people just gonna get upset. People just tired of, these woke companies ruining escapism. Alright, who the fuck are you talking to? Because you ain't talking to me. You ain't talking to people who look like us. I know just who you talking to. Because they're your predominant subscribers. See, this is why after 6 years, I just couldn't take, I couldn't take YouTube doing content creation seriously. Because I noticed how so many people have to go through ridiculous things and become people that they not, or pretend to be people they not, in order to get subs. And I ain't buck dancing, I ain't tap dancing for nobody. How many times do I have come on these live streams and have told people that? And I stand by it. Ruining escapism. I know just what he talking about. People this color. See, he ain't talking about us. You mean, I grew up watching and enjoying a lot of superhero fandom, a lot of science fiction, a lot of all these different movies and stuff like that. And I just was like, it is what it is. I grew up with that. I wasn't clamoring, crying like, Mommy, why isn't it a black superhero? No, I wasn't like that. So now, when a push comes to shove and we got a lot of these companies being, and I know it's for profit, and I know it's for notoriety, but they being more inclusive, people are having a violent reaction to it. Like, not violent, but they having like a volatile reaction, like they can't stand it. Yeah, we're diversity hires, this is a woke agenda. What the fuck? What in the entire fuck? So you saying we're escaping we're ruining escapism. So you telling me you're sitting there as a grown ass motherfucking man, you're sitting there like that, and you're telling me that you can't enjoy a work of fiction because the lead character isn't the same gender or the same race. Something that me, my cousins, my uncles, and shit, we just grinned and bear it. We weren't crying about it. We grew up watching Spider-Man. We grew up watching all types of other stuff. And I wasn't crying about Peter Parker not being a black character. And Spider-Man is my favorite comic book character. And I was never complained about that at all. Ruining your escapism. Fuck out of here, man. But let me see. Too much chill smoking show. Yep, you're right. He is catering. You are right. He is catering to Master Charlie. Catering big time, bro. Yeah, you said it too. You loved Spider-Man growing up. That's the thing I don't understand. Don't I don't get it. And I'm gonna sit here and I'm a kind of clown this shit. It's ruining your escapism. And he looks at the camera and say, you know, ruining people's escapism. That's code speak for making white people mad. Tell me it isn't. Was Look at the whole controversy when Black Panther first came out. Look when it first came out. You seen people sending memes around to each other, and they Photoshop. You know, you see the picture of Chadwick Boseman with the panther claws, and they edited a fucking piece of watermelon into his hand and called it Nigger Man. Oh, it's just jokes. Come on, take a joke. What the fuck out my take a joke? Take a joke. Something that racially insensitive. Take a fucking joke. Are you serious? Meanwhile, take the movie, bitch. Take the motherfucking movie. Watch it. It's a black character. So what? This version of Velma isn't white. So fucking what? See, the internet has given people so much voice, so much that people have lost their how can we say, their self-awareness. They have lost it, or they just don't care because they know they are someplace else behind the keyboard. So they just feel like they got carte blanche to run their mouth. And the fact that this shit has a fan base and a following, and people are crying about it, and I ain't gonna let some Negro from South Philly or South Jersey tell me what to think, or saying, you know, or pretending to be upset about something. Even if you had legitimate concern, I could tell from watching YouTube videos for years, I can tell when people are being disingenuous with their videos. I can tell in their reactions. You're just doing it to fill a void and to ride the algorithm. I see it. I saw it a couple years ago when Last of Us 2 came out. Hell, they let Eric July, that motherfucker, you know, Young Ripper, you know what he did? He said, well, everybody's beating a dead horse. I'm going to talk about it too. You had no fight. You absolutely had nothing poignant to say about the Last of Us 2, but you wanted to jump in on this whole Abby controversy because you didn't like the fact that she was a buff female character who beat Joel to death. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Some pale male got killed on the video game, a work of fiction. If you were really playing the goddamn game, he knew what was coming. He said, get it over with. He knew just what he did. He killed a whole bunch of people to save Ellie, and guess what happened? He knew it was coming. But I've grown up watching horror movies. You think I was crying when I see a black person get murdered in a Jason Voorhees movie? It became a running joke that they get killed first. It became a running joke, and guess what? I didn't cry about it and make any complaints about it at all. The only person I seen recently and make a complaint about that was Dwayne Martin in the Scream movie. He refused to get killed. So guess what? They rewrote the movie and just had him disappear and leave. Like, you know, people are getting killed and I'm not going to stick around because I ain't getting killed. And I think that was better writing. Not because the character didn't get killed. It's logic. Somebody in these fucking movies got to be logical. God, let me catch up with the comments. I have the complete set of separation anxiety. I remember that series when that ran in the comic books with the symbiote. I remember. Yo, he knocked his head off, Demetrius. like Johnny Cage. My man was just, he was Julius was boxing him, ran out of energy. All he had to do was just push him off the roof and get away. He ran out of energy. He was like, take your best shot. Boom, Johnny Cage wins. Fatality. Head went right into the garbage can. All he had to do is push him off the roof. That's all he had to do. But it's better than dying first. It's better than dying first. But I wasn't even complaining about that no more, because people started realizing there was other people making complaints about black people dying first in the movie. Like, come on now. Like, are you serious? Nobody cared about that. But when Halloween Ends came out, or was it the one before the final Halloween that just recently came out? I think the one before that? The alphabet community got upset. And let me tell you why they got upset. Because Michael Myers killed a same-sex male couple. And I'm like, yo, now I could sit here and be just like some of these pathetic anti-SJWs who cry and make thousands of videos about fucking Brie Larson and Moses Ingram during Obi-Wan. I could sit here and be that type of person and cry about that, but no, I'm not going to do that. Ruining your escapism. I'm sorry that only you're so narcissistic as fans. A lot of you poem colored people are very narcissistic as fans, and you cannot stand to see a popular franchise with people who don't look like you leading it or being lead characters in it. So you complain about John Boyega having a shit role as Finn in the most recent Star Wars trilogy. You complain about him being poorly written. But if things went the way they were supposed to have allegedly went, and he was supposed to have really been a Jedi, the lead Jedi in the movie, if it really went the way you thought it was going to go, the rumors saying that Kathleen Kennedy made it more female-centric with Rey being the lead character. Let's say it went with John Boyega, Finn being the lead character. What would you have done then? Would have been the less of two evils. You have Rey because she's a white female. You have been fine with that? Or you would have been upset because you had Finn, a black male Jedi? Which one? Pick your struggle. Pick your anger. Get the fuck out of here, man. It's ruining your escapism. I've never grown up saying that I couldn't relate to a superhero because of his skin color. But when superheroes of my skin color came along, I was happy. It wasn't that, okay, I'm going to boycott reading a comic book because they need to turn Frank Castle into an African-American brother. Me being a black dude, I know better. There would be no Black Punisher because he would have been shot a long time ago. Demetrius, you know, if they ever thought of making a black rendition of the Punisher, he would have been killed a long time ago. There's no way in hell. There's no way in hell. And I'm being funny here, but you know. If you know, you know. The black boogeyman trope is something that's real in life. This is why we're more likely to be shot, because of the black boogeyman thing going on. That's always been this, that we're dangerous. We're just dangerous and we need to be put down. Meanwhile, something that Torian Rain says, a phrase that he coined always seems to be the case, and that is Operation Protect the White Boy. How many criminals you saw throwing hands who were this color, throwing hands at the cops, and they got taken in alive? We had that kid in Ohio, I forgot his name. 13-year-old boy, he got shot to death by a 36-year-old white man who lived in the same area. He got shot and they dropped the charges against it. The dude just got out of his truck and shot the boy to death. Some of them hit him in his back. And it's in Ohio, the same state Tamir Rice was killed in years ago. Yeah, exactly. But back on subject with this whole thing with ruining your escapism, I don't give a fuck about it. Now, do I like all these changes? If it's trash, it's trash. If it's poorly written, it's trash. It sucks. I can judge it on that, but I'm not. You're not gonna sit here and have me just basically. Now, how petty and pathetic would it look if I just went through a whole bunch of history of all white TV shows and just was like, it's trash because there's not black people in it? You know what I did? I just didn't watch it. I just didn't watch it. Case in point, Friends. I don't give a fuck about that show. First of all, I didn't think it was that funny. You know what show I really didn't think? You want to talk about lily white shows? You know what show I really didn't think was funny? How I Met Your Mother. That shit was trash. But I'm not online talking about it and crying about it because there's not a lack of it. It sucked. There's other shows that I loved that didn't even have my representation in it. So I don't complain about it. Do you see how it kind of goes to show that when we were growing up, we just basically had to accept what was on TV, and we, at most part, we still do, as long as it's good. As long as it's good. If it sucks, it sucks, but don't say it sucks because you don't like you don't like the cast. Why things just gotta be diverse for the sake of being diverse? I'm in Jersey City, motherfucker. Let me tell you something. Today I was in McDonald's on break from my job, and I seen an Asian kid from high school hanging with Hispanics, blacks, black, Hispanic, and Asian kids hanging together of all skin tones, shades, and complexions. And you talking about forced diversity? A lot of you fucking Oakley shades, trucker cap wearing motherfuckers are from places where you don't see people like me all the time. And you think your culture, you think your media, you think your pop culture is supposed to be solely just a representation of your life experiences. You got another thing coming to you, Python. Let me catch up on this. Yeah, Little House on the Prairie. It's funny that Laura, who played Melissa Gilbert, her sister is Sarah Gilbert, who's on Roseanne, the Connors. That's her younger sister. The one who used to be on the talk, the one with the wavy brown hair. She's the one that's I think she's in a relationship. She's been with what's the lead singer from that group, the 4 Blondes. That song "What's Going On." What's going on? I think they've been together for years, but they're siblings. Laura. Let me see. Melissa Gilbert, who played Laura on Little House on the Prairie, and Sarah Gilbert. They're siblings. But yeah, and Michael Landon was he was known for what was the Western series he was on before Little House on the Prairie when he was younger? Was it not Gunsmoke? Was it? I forgot. Was it Gunsmoke? One of them. Aunt Jackie is Laurie Metcalf, but Aunt Jackie was Laurie Metcalf. She was Darlene on Roseanne. Sarah Gilbert was Darlene, and Becky was the older sister with the blonde hair. who, by pop trivia, I mean, they were played by two different actors. When the original Becky left, it was played by Sarah Chalk, who went on to be in Scrubs, and it was some episodes where they both actresses played Becky. The original Becky actress is back now on the Connors. So is Sarah Gilbert. So is the actor who played DJ. They all grown up now. Yeah, it was Bonanza. Bonanza, that's what it was. And you know what? I even told, and let me tell you how much we would just grin and bear it. My grandfather, my late grandfather, fucking watched, he loved the Duke, John Wayne. And even when we told him, and even when it was, my granddad knew that John Wayne was a racist. And he still loved those Western movies that John Wayne put out, the Duke. Because when he played the Duke in those movies, you didn't see John Wayne portraying racism towards black people. He did that in his real life. So my granddad didn't associate John Wayne's real life behavior with him in those Western movies. And that's what it was. Like, I grew up watching Hercules, The Legendary Journeys with Kevin Sorbo. Found out that Kevin Sorbo is kind of a racist jerk himself, but that don't ruin that series for me. I used to love that series. It got terrible as time went on because the writing just became too how can we say, a lot of references made to modern time was thrown into that series. It became too campy. That's what. But when the first few seasons, especially when Aeolus died and Hercules was trying to bring him back and all this other stuff. After Michael Hurst came back as who was directing episodes of Hercules, even when he came back on camera as Aeolus, it just wasn't the same. And you see, you saying, bro, that's all my parents. I'm reading the comments from here. You said, bro, that's all my parents watched when I grew up. So I was around. I had no choice but to watch Matlock, Heat of the Night, and Golden Girls, etc. You know, speaking of Heat of the Night, that series is when I learned that Carol O'Connor, who played Archie Bunker, that was in Heat of the Night. That's when I learned he was just acting. See, I grew up watching All in the Family, and he played Archie Bunker so well, who was a goddamn bigot. He played him very well that when I seen him actually portray a sheriff who married a black woman later on in the series, I was like, holy shit. I was young back then. I didn't know no better. I remember just watching him as Archie Bunker. But as I got older, you know, that's when I started realizing, you know, acting and stuff. And I was like, it's a hard role. It's a hard task for people that they to take on a lot of these roles. Like, case in point, I was looking at Leonardo DiCaprio. I was like, how many times were he calling people nigga and fucking with the ER and Django Unchained? And I'm like, wow. It's a, wasn't that a Django Unchained? Was that a Quentin Tarantino movie? Nobody talks about that, right? Nobody talks about his profuse use of that word. In Pulp Fiction, when Julius and Vincent accidentally blew Phil Lamar's fucking brains out, and they came to Quentin Tarantino's house to clean up. I'm not messing with the dead nigger in the car. The dead nigger. And I'm like, y'all have no problem with that, right? You had no problem with that, right? But God forbid if Mindy Kaling rendition of Freddy and Velma portrays him as a spoiled bitch ass dude. Oh my God. white people, how could they do this to white men? This is some woke garbage and stuff like that. And I'm like, y'all only care about y'all fucking selves. Y'all only care about yourselves. Y'all don't feel uncomfortable with the profuse N words being, oh well, y'all call that, y'all say that word all the time. It's context, motherfucker. Context. Fuck out of here, man. You know. Oh man. Context. This shit kills me, man. It really does. It really does. And I'm veering off subject way too much because I'm just running out of things to say because I veered off. Now I'm back on subject here. I'm going to be very honest here and I want to just be very, very direct. I don't care. I honestly don't give a shit if you feel like your escapism is being ruined. And you know why? And I'm going to say it again for the people in the back if they didn't hear me. Come to the front of the congregation if you need. As a young black child, like my friend's saying in the comment section, as I'm saying, we grew up and we basically saw what was on TV as black young men, black boys, black girls, black people in general, our generations that came before us. We saw what was there. We found something we liked, and we basically liked it, and we didn't complain, bitch, and whine about it because we didn't see ourselves in it. We didn't complain about it. And y'all have taken that for granted, and y'all have become very, very fucking entitled and think this world's media is supposed to just cater to your narrow-minded childhood, your perception of how things were on TV. A lot of people don't understand. A lot of your palm-colored granddaddies grew up watching movies with Othello. They did an Othello movie. They didn't want to hire a black actor. They took a white actor and painted him in black shoe polish. You cannot make this up. You cannot make this up. And then when they finally decided to make an Othello movie, they try to modernize it and make Othello a basketball player. And it played by Mekhi Phifer. And then you took Julia Stiles because she was fresh hot off of her Save the Last role where she was in an interracial relationship. So let's take this woman who, okay, we're going to make him a basketball player. And we're going to make Julia Stiles his white girlfriend. And then we're going to make Josh Hartnett the jealous guy who, and they going to call the movie O. The movie O. And I almost forgot. I was thinking of Sneakerella. Huh? Sneakerella. The movie where you guys see the trailer for yourself. Let me see if I can. You want to see some shit here? You want to see some shit? Now, this really brings my blood to a boil. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I have fixed the issues with YouTube. And let's see if I could tell you. Now this shit right here. When I saw this I was like, this is pathetic. Let me look. Let me show you something. I can't believe Disney would make some shit like this. Just look at this trailer. Just look at this. You think I'm happy about a lot of about representation?
Once upon a pair of sneakers, there lived a boy who was full of creativity.
You believe that sneakers are a window to the soul.
If you put enough of yourself into it.
Okay, you see where we going with this, right? Fair use, fair use, fair use. Okay, so I might have to pause it, but just keep going. Just keep going. Look at this shit.
Design is gonna hit. Once I slip on that sneaker, it's my story.
But possibility and opportunity.
You guessed it. They took the story of Cinderella and made it about a black teenager who designed sneakers. Let's continue on. Fair use.
He can feel as far away as a castle in the clouds.
Sneaker royalty.
Designed for the King brand? That's my dream.
We need to dominate SneakerCon. We need something big. We need a new voice. Someone fresh.
Yo. Yo. Seriously? This is the shit y'all want to see us doing, right? Being characters, designing sneakers and stuff. And this is bullshit. But I'm not gonna make 1,000 videos of it. I'm just showing this by example to show you the shit that they don't care about. You don't see nobody out. You don't see nobody non-white making a complaint about this. Like, oh, why the brother got to be into why it's got to be sneakers. They took the modern, they took the Cinderella story and turned it into this about sneaker guys. I don't hear not one person complain about this. You know why? Because this kind of effeminizes the black dude. But let's keep on going. Let's keep on going.
Find a designer that speaks to you, tells a story. We'll try it out.
Now we.
What? Whoa. Let's run that back. Did you? What the fuck is this?
That speaks to you, tells a story. We'll try it out.
I didn't even see that last time. I didn't even notice that last time. I'm sorry, I think that's all I care about. Dang it. Hey, I'm gonna finish it for you. He drops one of his sneakers at the gala that he goes to meet her at, and she's trying to find the designer. Woo! Yo, all right, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna kid you not. Let's go. Yo, here it comes. Let's get back to it. Hold on. Let me interact with it. Let me just fuck with it for a minute.
Now we just gotta find him. You are very talented.
I just scribble in my notebook. I'm a stock boy.
I think I hear your stepfather talking.
This is the real world, not some doodle or some nonsense you're dreaming about.
Yeah, it's full on Cinderella with a young black man who designs sneakers, a young black youth, and I don't hear nobody complaining about this being woke garbage. No complaints about it, right? Being woke garbage at all. None. You know why? Because they pick selective outrage. This is on this fly on the radar. This doesn't fit the agenda. And besides, no, it does fit the agenda. I apologize. It fits the agenda of us dudes black men is looking like that's all we care about. It perpetuates a stereotype about sneakers. No average everyday black person care about custom made shoes. They care about motherfucking Jordans. Much to my dismay, because I've only ever owned one pair in my life. I was a Huarache guy. I like Air Huaraches. There's one model, not model, there's one style that I would buy again if I can find them. I gotta Google it. But anyway, yes, they will put out anything. They put out anything nowadays. This goes right to the Disney Plus network. This goes right to Disney Plus. And then people want to turn this to be like, well, this is why they losing money. This is why they lost all this money, 125 billion and stuff like that. Something in nature I heard about something. They saying it's because of too much wokeness. I'm like, no, it's not because of too much wokeness. Okay? If you motherfuckers were really about it, you wouldn't be watching it at all, let alone bring in more eyes into the content by complaining about it. That's the problem with it. All you bitches crying about your escapism being ruined. All of y'all complaining about that, you would just be like, unsubscribe from Disney Plus. Don't talk about it no more. But that's right. Y'all need to have your voices heard, because you are like, for content, you need to have your voices heard. I hear a lot of you. I don't hear a lot of people calling out one another for beating dead horses. Y'all need to do that shit. But let's continue on with this bullshit here. Let's continue on with it. He's gonna drop a sneaker. I'm just letting you know that. Just watch this.
And clean that up too, L.
He held tight to his dreams, but would this kingdom give him a chance?
Boom.
The King's Charity Gala.
Yeah, design some sick kicks.
There's not enough time for that.
They trying way too hard. They're trying way too hard. Lace up. Like, you know what they trying? You know why I don't like this shit? It ain't because they took the story and modernized it and changed it to a kid with sneakers. They're trying too hard to appeal to sneaker culture. You're trying way too fucking hard. It just this is the epitome of something that they threw out the water and tried to make it stick. But they're not gonna complain about this bullshit. They're gonna complain about Ariel. They're gonna complain about the new Little Mermaid coming out, despite the director of the movie casting Chloe Bailey because of her voice alone. Her voice alone. And he said it in multiple interviews. Her voice alone. But let's keep on watching this bullshit here.
Come on, you've got sneakers to make.
You put in the work, Al. You already.
No, I'm good. I'm good. You would not catch me dead in those fucking clown shoes.
You put in the work, Al. You're ready for the big night then. Sorry.
Wait a second. Did you design these?
No. This shit is pathetic, bro. They're not going to complain about this shit. They're not going to complain about it. They're going to complain about the palette swap. When I'm talking about the palette swap, just what I'm talking about. They're going to complain about that. Because they're going to complain about that more than anything when it comes to Ariel. I guess, to borrow, let's talk about actually, I can just hear it in my head right now. The quartering right now. the dude that was upset and making a big deal over the Final Fantasy VII remake that came out when it first came out a couple years ago, the trailer coming out. This motherfucker got on there on his channel and talked about he had a crush on Tifa, and Tifa from the PlayStation 1 version, the character designs in general did not look good. She had these cone titties, and that's what he complained about. Did they small? Did they shrink the size of her breast? This is some woke garbage. This is some, and I'm like, oh my god. These are the same, like, you complaining about the women, a lot of the women characters in Mortal Kombat 11 being less scantily clad, right? You had your exceptions. You had Melina, you had Sindel, but you complaining about Tifa's titties in the Final Fantasy VII remake, and I'm supposed to just take you serious as a content creator that you had a Tifa, the old 1990 something designs of Final Fantasy VII, or you was talking about the artwork. And anyway, even if they were talking about Advent Children, she's an animated motherfucking character. Bro, come on. This is bad enough a lot of you. He looks like he smelled like piss and bologna sandwiches. Like cat piss and bologna sandwiches. Yes, that neck beard. That neck beard. Tifa's titties. Good God almighty. Anyway, let's get
The guy that everybody's been talking about. I really gotta get him out of here. Wait,
A curfew thing.
What would become of his dreams?
My shoe! My shoe!
Yo, I told you, Demetrius. I told you. Take a look at this. He left the sneaker behind. He fell and left the sneaker behind. Right here, look, watch.
My shoe! My shoe!
Yeah, alright. We got a shot at that. Do this. Would you be caught dead wearing something like that? Like, honestly. Would you be caught dead wearing something like this? Let's get a better zoom in there. Would you be caught dead wearing something like this? Sneakerella. This is some of the most ham-fisted shit I've seen. And I'm saying that because this shit is corny. It looks corny. Corny as fuck. I don't even give a damn about the original Cinderella story. I really don't. But throwing sneaker culture in it, having a bunch of guys walking past, and you're showing the princess to a fashion. She's the princess she's heir to a famous clothing line, so she's like a princess instead of the prince. She's the heir to the fashion line, and you got a whole bunch of guys trying to show the design, and they struck that stupid ass pose. This shit's pathetic, man. See, I'm ripping it apart because it sucks, not because there's a black fucking kid in there. This shit is terrible. It's garbage. Now, if a lot of you porn-colored pussies who make this anti-SJW shit, if you really were genuine, you would be tearing shit apart in a valid manner, rather than just putting Moses Ingram as Reva in the Obi-Wan thumbnail and complaining about it being the diversity, how they woke this, that, and putting a black person's face on it. And I'm supposed to stand with you as a fellow fan when the fandom consists of people like you. And even when Ewan McGregor, Obi-Wan his motherfucking self, said there's no place for you in the Star Wars fandom if you're a racist, y'all turned on him. Well, didn't you cheat on your wife and blah 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 and this that with Mary Elizabeth Winstead? Oh, the woman he's married to now, his second wife, who he got 2 kids with. The fuck out of here, man! I don't want to hear that shit. Y'all turning on me because he called y'all out. Oh, now Ewan McGregor's attack, and then next thumbnail, Ewan McGregor's attacking all Star Wars fans. So you're trying to say that we're all racist as Star Wars fans, or you're just trying to play victim? Huh. You say your niggas will roast you if you wore something like that? Yeah, look at this. Let's keep going. It's almost over.
Well, that would be its own kind of magic.
Alright, I'm sorry.
Once upon a...
Man, listen. I'm sorry, that shit was garbage. Like, oh man, just give me 1 second. I'll be back. I gotta get me. I need me a drink. I'll be back. Just hold on 1 moment. Hey y'all, I'm back. It is time to get a little toasty. I have here Western Sun. Sorry, it's a green label in there, so I got to get green screen on. Western Sun, 10 times distilled, big strike watermelon flavored vodka. Yeah, I know it's watermelon. Say something racist, motherfucker. You know, it's one of the most healthiest fruits you can eat. And y'all somehow turned that into a racial stereotype. But anyway, there we go. Salute, everyone. That shit is good. It's good. Woo. So if you were interested in this, it's westernsunvodka.com. They got different flavors. This is the only one I tried. I think I forgot the other flavor. I think they got prickly pear. If I'm interested in that. Whew. That was good. That is true. It is a super fruit. I mean, especially it's good for your electrolytes, it's hydration. It's good for your skin. I don't know what's going on, but anyway, this is good. Western Sun is the brand. There you go. Like I said, it's a green label. That's why it's acting funny with the green screen. Matter of fact, let's go to right here. If you look carefully right here, it's a better look of it. See? Anybody can do this YouTube thing. I just got a green curtain, and I constantly look and I YouTube videos about OBS about learning features. Like case in point, thank you to AO. If you look at this video on the replay, thank you so much for the music. Music is supplied by a moderator here / longtime subscriber named AO. He supplied me with the theme that you hear now on my screensaver. So I have to give props to AO for that. Thank you so much, man. If you watch this on replay, thank you. I'm grateful. This logo was actually made by somebody named Zeke Brown. I don't know if he's still subscribed to me. Haven't seen him in a while. Changed his name. I don't know. But he created this for me. And I have to say, once again, if you ever watch these videos again, I cannot thank you enough. I'm only like 625 subs. And like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and cold speak to people to get my sub count up. I'm not going to be somebody I'm not to get my sub count up. Especially making content that you know is detrimental to you as the people. I'm sorry, I can't be somebody. I can't be a Candace Owens. I can't be a Eric July. I can't be a Tyrone Magnus. I can't be none of more of those biscuit eaters. I can't. You know clearly when they talk about shit like this, when you hear these people make these contents and you see these thumbnails and they exploiting and they trying to blame their dislike on it, they expressing a dislike of something because of the race of a character or the gender. They talking about your black ass too, and you have this whole mentality. If you just you subtly you throw out fillers and stuff and appease them and be like, yeah, well, I don't like it either. This is terrible. This is terrible. This is woke. Or you start speaking. A lot of people start that shit because it's this whole mentality. If I scream loud enough, it will distract people from the fact that they talking about my black ass too, and maybe they won't come after me. But if people like the three I mentioned, like Owens and all these people, Owens, Eric July, Tyrone Magnus, especially with Magnus. Magnus had this narcissism with him where he has to be liked by everybody. This is why he coined the phrase, the title of this live stream, ruining their escapism. This is some cold speak if I've ever heard of it. Ruining their escapism. And like I said through the stream, our escapism as black people have never been ruined because we never really had escapism like that into fairly recent times. Everybody likes Blade, right? Y'all like Blade. Wesley Snipes played him, right? A lot of people didn't care because why? They didn't think it was a Marvel character. They didn't know he was a Marvel character. This is why Blade saved the superhero genre, not X-Men. Blade saved it. Marvel character. Because remember, this was before Marvel Studios came to be. Marvel was going through financial times, and they was selling intellectual property, movie rights to anybody, to certain groups. This is why Sony still holds the keys to Spider-Man, and they don't want to let it go. But they realize they can't really do Spider-Man the way Marvel Studios can do it, so they, at the behest of a drunk Tom Holland, the actor who plays Peter now, at the behest of a drunken Tom Holland, they worked it out. This kid loved fucking playing Spider-Man that much that they worked it out. And then Sony would be stupid not to have worked it out. But yes, Blade is the first. Blade was the movie that really revitalized the superhero genre in the late 90s. And then we end up with Spider-Man. I mean, with X-Men in 2000. Spider-Man 1 in 2001. Yep, and I knew. Plus, his comics are expensive as hell, especially the ones where he teamed up with Wolfman against Dracula. Oh yeah, Werewolf by Night. That I liked. Speaking of that Werewolf by Night, the now that much I do like. So far, Marvel specials have been 2 for 2 for me. I really like Werewolf by Night, and I loved Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special. I really did. Like, James Gunn has, like, he really made the Guardian characters. He gave them heart. And I know he done moved on to being a president of DC now, but Kevin Feige, it ain't no war. There's no war going on between Marvel and DC workers. There's no war. James Gunn actually said when he found out that he got the job, he got offered the job to be the Kevin Feige of DC movie division, the first person he told was Kevin Feige himself. There's so many other directors out there. The Guardian's gonna be okay. They're gonna be okay. There's no war going on at all. And speaking of Guardians, I love Guardians of the Galaxy, how Marvel, the movies have portrayed them. Am I crying? Do I have to sit there and cry? Oh, it's not a character. There's only one white character in the movie. This is what people do. Like, case in point, Ryan Cannell. This is the same man who jumped in front of he got in his car and cried about the Batman, the Rob Pattinson Batman, and complained that there wasn't enough good white people in this movie. You got Commissioner Gordon, who was black in this movie. He was a good guy. The mayor of Gotham City was a black female, was a good guy. Everybody else, all the other white male characters, the white characters were bad people. You only had maybe Alfred, who was a good guy, and you had Batman. Everybody was like, who's doing a tally count of who does pathetic shit like that? Fuck out of here, man. But me, I think I done got this out my system right now. I done got me a drink. I'm about to go to bed. I just had to come in and just do a live stream because this whole ruining and escapism shit is the reason why I unsubscribed from Tyrone Magnus, because I started hearing him using it quite often. And I picked up on the code speak and was like, bro, you're a YouTuber before you're black, bro. I don't want to hear that shit. Like, you don't, and I'm not asking you to be militant or sitting there in dashikis talking about you know, trying to be like Dr. Umar Johnson, who we all know is a fucking fraud. At me, I don't care. But be not asking to be like that. But bro, have a fucking spine. Ever since you stopped going to the gym, nigga, you stopped being you when you got out of that muscle bound shape you used to be in. I understand Letitia got you soft, bro. But this is not me disrespecting her at all. You're your girl. I'm saying, yo, bro, be real with your content, man. And you probably won't hear this, but still, yo, be real. Be true to yourself. Because I can't do content where I'm walking on eggshells, fearing that if I say and speak my truth and the majority of my fan base don't like it because I done spent so many years hyping and being somebody I'm not just to appease them. If I say, and one day I just woke up, sat in front of this camera and decided to be my true self, my fan base will turn on me. I can't be a YouTube content creator and make content that's disingenuous because of that reason. Am I crazy for that? You tell me. We got a couple of people watching besides my boy Demetrius. Anybody else? Tell me. Is being YouTube famous at the sacrifice of your self-respect worth it? To some it is. Because this is their bread and butter. They quit their jobs. They've gone full in on this. Me, I like the fact that I can get out there and work. That's just me. I like saving people, yo. I do. But I don't come home and be like, my escapism is that I gotta watch Black Panther because it has a majority black cast in it. Or my escapism, like, I can't watch a TV show that doesn't have a black person in it. I don't have that type of mentality. No, I don't. But when I sit here and I watch people who are palm colored complain about seeing people like me and stuff, I take it as disrespect. I call me crazy. I take it as disrespect. It's some of the most disrespectful shit I've ever seen in my life. See, I didn't grow up in the Jim Crow era. And this is no way comparing it. I would never know how that went. But they don't have to even be like that no more. They don't even have to wear the hoods and throw up and do. You don't even have to do that no more. Your words. You found a way to speak in code. And we aren't as dumb as you think we are. And yes, I believe it is my calling. I do like my job. I do. I work with some people who fucking hate their job in EMS. A lot of them failed med school. A lot of them failed police. And now they feel like they're just stuck. A lot of them feel like they just stuck. And I can't be one of those. I'm still thinking this shit is distilled 10 times. But it's pretty damn tasty. But you can get me to drink spirits like this. I can drink spirits, but when it comes to beer, I prefer non-alcoholic beer like Athletic Brewing and stuff. Athletic Brewing's a good brand, but spirits, they don't put carbs and fat on your belly or bloat you up. Some of them get you super duper fucked up, but that's how it goes. You say you love working with your hands, yeah. I get it. I built this. Let me tell you, did I show you my display case? I built this whole thing by hand. And you know I built it, I put this computer together. Now, this corner is kind of a mess. But let me show you guys the display unit I built. Let's take this camera right here. You see that unit right there that got my collectibles in it? Next to my PC that's in front of me? I built that by hand. It looked like almost like something that you can buy in the store. That's plexiglass. Well, that's what's that material now? I forgot what it is, but I built that. And you gotta, sorry, I got my window insulated because of the draft. It's winter's here, but I built this unit right here by hand. Let's see if I can show you. Let me move my liquor out the way. Give me 1 second. Let me just position this camera correctly. Oh, if I can get it to position. Hold on. There we go. Now, I built this. And it's a flexible material. Now, you can see this is where my collectibles are at. Right here, it opens. Sorry, my ceiling is kind of low. But I built this here, just like this. And it's the flexible stuff. I had no schematic. It's just something that came to me. I had to make it work for what it was. And I put magnets right here too, so it can close and stay partially closed. I gotta do it down here. And that's my bin for my collectibles. I got Transformers, Rangers, things here, G.I. Joe Classified, which I need quite a few of them. I need Duke, which is number 4, and then I need 8 through 15, which is going to be a journey on itself with eBay, and then I need 21 and 22. I think that's Firefly. Oh, this is Zart. Do I have Zartan? Who is this here? Let me see. I need Serpentor. Let me see who's this one here. I keep forgetting. That is Zartan. It's Zartan right there. I need his sister. I got Outback. I got a couple here. I need Bazooka though. Did I get Bazooka? No, I didn't. I got Outback right here. These are classic Joe characters that they did. These figures are so fucking fire, bro. That's the thing I like about these. They are fire. The design of them. Look at that. Look at all the detail. This is you didn't have shit like this growing up. And then that's Cobra Viper. I have BA the Cobra Bats also. This Outback from Tiger Force. That is the detail and the points of articulation is sick on G.I. Joe Classifieds, bro. Oh, the PC's holding up well, as you can see it right here in the camera. Right here. It's doing great. Venting well. The core temp, and I've been running at almost an hour and a half. It's holding at 93 degrees Fahrenheit because I got the CPU cooling unit on it. So that's been running up good. I got a Masters of the Universe Revelation up here. I got Savage, He-Man, Fisto, Andra, Tila, Orko, Standard He-Man, Skeletor, Evil Lyn, Stinkor. I gotta get more. Right here. I go to Target and find some of these, but I gotta find more. But this right here, the Cobra Bat, that's off the chain right there. That I like. Look at the detail on this. Some of these I don't even think. These Hasbro's been killing it. They've been killing it, man. I love the detail on these. And that's number 41. But there's quite a few I need. I gotta catch up. But look at this guy. This is a classic. You know, everybody know him. He's a classic. That's Flint. His beret is right here because Flint's known for having a beret. It's right there. Flint is the man right there. See, the ones I grew up with was Destro, Cobra Commander, Lady J, Scarlet. Here's Lady J right here. Speaking of Lady J, there she is right there. People, all they know is Scarlet, Scarlet, Scarlet. Lady J is who I really knew before, more than Scarlet. For some reason, I like Lady J, who was in the second G.I. Joe live action movie. Adrian Palicki played her. Lady J was in that. Let's see, who's this? Oh, Zartan again. And then I do have Scarlet. I think Scarlet is number 4. Number 5 is Scarlet. I have Cobra Commander right here, number 6. I have Gung Ho. Number 1, I have Snake Eyes. I mean Roadblock. Snake Eyes is number 2. Then I have these right here, the movie versions of them for the G.I. Joe Origins. I have all 5 of them. I have Snake Eyes, Baroness, Aikiko, Storm Shadow, and who else? Yeah, I said, yeah, Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, Aikiko, Baroness, and which one is? And Scarlet, in the movie version of Scarlet, because it's two different Scarlets. So I got all 5 of that from the Origin series. But enough of that. I built the whole thing. I was trying to, before I went around, is I built this thing by hand and stained it and painted it, as I did with the computer desk. You see here that I have this on, and a couple other things I built there. So yeah, I built a couple of things, and salute. But like the Irish say, cilantro. Here we go. Mumra. Oh no. Speaking of Thundercats, there's some new shit I want to get from that, but this is a slippery slope. I'm gonna tell you, my hobbies are fucking expensive. Let's talk about that. You know, I've done spoke enough about these fucking ruining escapism. I've said what I need to say about that, but hobbies are expensive. You know better than I do, dude, how expensive hobbies can be, right? What about being a collector? Talk about that in the comment section. The collection of Japanese RPGs. Me, I used to be like that. As you can see, the games behind me, but I don't do much. The games behind my on green screen. I don't do much gaming lately, like I should, but because I got other things going on. But there's like just collecting. You know, my hobbies are expensive. You know, they tell me about it. Yes, it's true. As you can see, I was a console collector and stuff. Still am. It's crazy, like, but I like. There's a statistic that I found out that is the case. That today in America, a quarter, 1/4 of toy sales are by adult men who don't have children. I raise my hand. That's me. 1/4 of toys and collectibles are collected by men who don't have children. And you say, I'm glad prices have come down on a lot of the DS, 3DS games. Man, that shit will kill your power. I bet it will. Speaking of that, let me find something. I think I showed this to you before. Give me a second. Where is it? Hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. I was looking for a collectible. Something that will probably give you that will probably pop you. But I can't find it right now. Because I forgot where I put it. Let me look in here. Damn, I can't find it. Damn, I was looking for it. I can't find it. Shit. Alright. I'll find it later. I still have it, man. I have the original DS that plays Game Boy Advance games. It's around here somewhere. I'll find it. Those things, I loved it. I got it for free. I didn't buy it. See, I used to be a game store manager in GameStop. I mean, EB Games before GameStop bought them out. And they gave the store managers a DS, the original one, which is cool. It's around here somewhere. I put it. It's probably where my other consoles are at. But here's something. I don't have a N64, but I have this game. For some reason, I still have this. I don't have an N64, but I have this. Majora's Mask. still have this one. If anybody, I don't have no case to it, but if anybody has an N64 and they looking for Majora's Mask, I'm willing to part with it for a decent amount of money. Not a lot, because I know it doesn't have a case to it, but the most I could fetch for this, I would give, I'm looking to give part ways with it. Just putting that out there. I'm just putting it out there. You say you hated the N64? It's the control. I think that's why a lot of people hated the N64 more than anything. It's this company, I think Hori. They made controllers that made it so much better to work with. So much better to work with. Let me fix something in my case. Right, here we go. Alright, let me see if I can move this camera a little bit closer. So I want to give you guys a really good look at what I have in this case here in the bottom level. But I think my cords are all caught up. Let me free them up. Alright, give me a second. Let's go to right here. Let's go. There we go. As you can see, I have, you can see my reflection in there. Hello. I need to find me some Decepticons. I got all the Autobots I got right there. And I have Hot Rod and Rodimus Prime, which are the same. Just one's with the Matrix leadership and the other one's without it. As you can see right there. I have Wreck-Gar, Junk Heap to the back of him, Cup. I have Cup right there. See, I got Transformers right there. RC, Ironhide, Perceptor in the background. I have Starscream, Coronation. I want to get more Decepticons, but they really hard to find in stores. I had the chance to get Scourge, Scourge and Cyclonus, but Cyclonus I can't find. Scourge I can find. Next time I see it, I gotta pull a trigger on it. Then I got here, up here, is the Ninjetti Rangers. I have all 6 of them. And that box right there, that's Aisha and Rocky. And then they even got a Catherine one back there and stuff. See, when Jason David Frank committed suicide, that was sad because Power Rangers was something I bonded with my little nephew over. He was 10 years younger than me and stuff, and he loved Jason David Frank, Tommy right there, White Ranger. He loved him, and Jason David Frank just committed suicide a short time ago. Well, they say he did, and it's sad. But as you can see, you got them right there, the Ninja Rangers. So you got, and I got, there you go, Tommy, Adam, Billy, Kim. And in the background you have Wild Force Zords that I got, that I've collected when they first came out years ago. Because I was a big Voltron nut, so collecting detachable vehicles to combine together was my alley. I grew up on Voltron. So now you have what I could find. This is the Lightning collection with Power Rangers by Hasbro. So these are very articulated, just like the G.I. Joe Hasbros you see up there I showed you. Very articulate. You got the 3 Zords in the background from Wild Force. You have the Ninjetti Rangers from the movie / final season of MMPR, I believe. You have Tanya from Zeo, Yellow Ranger Tanya from Zeo. You have the Galaxy Rangers, 4 of them, including TJ, Cassie, Ashley, and Carlos in the front. You have a cell shaded Kim to the background, and you have SPD Bridge, which is number 3. And then, of course, up there, the Masters of the Universe Revelation on the very top. So, Mattel and Hasbro has made a good amount of things with it. Yeah. And I hear it was all because they said it was because he was going through marriage issues with his second wife. See, his daughter from his first marriage, Tammy Frank. I mean, not Tammy. I forgot his daughter's name. She was saying the stuff that his current wife Tammy was saying about her father isn't true. It's just sad what love can make people do sometimes, and just make it feel like hopelessness. You really want something to work, and you love somebody so much, and they put you through so many things. And the thing is that he did so many forums. He worked and collabed with so many, like Bat in the Sun and all of them. Like he worked and did reprised the Green Ranger, the White Ranger so many different times. So many times. The Lord Draken thing. They even made a figure out of that. For an alternate universe. Yo, he was the epitome of a Ranger. He loved the character so much, and he found a way that even after his run ended, he found a way to continue making it into a livelihood for himself and his family. It was times when he felt like he was so exhausted from touring and doing other stuff, but he never wanted to disappoint his fans at all. That's the thing, like, about Jason David Frank. And the crazy thing is he was only 5 years older than I am. Only 5 years older than me. He was still young. He would have been 50 this year. 50. And he's gone. But life is cruel sometimes. Yeah, he was the franchise. And then other people started realizing he got other people to come back and do conventions. He's like, I understand that a lot of our experiences on set weren't that great. We weren't paid that well. But this is a way you can use your icon status to get paid. He got Walter Jones to start doing conventions. Zach, the original Black Ranger. Johnny Bosch, who played Adam, has already been doing conventions, and he's a hell of a voice actor. Johnny Bosch is the voice of Renton and Eureka 7, Kiba and Wolfsbane, Ichigo and Bleach, countless other characters he do voices for. I lost track. Those are the 4 I know that he do. And he does so many more. And he was doing independent action films. He did one called Extreme Heist with Jason Narvi, who played Skull in Mighty Morphin Power. Him, Jason Narvi and Jason Narvi and Johnny Bosch did a movie together with the stunt team who choreographed Power Rangers. So Moriko Nagino, who was a stunt woman who married to Koichi Sakamoto, who actually directed the series and did the fight choreography, they were doing movies like off of their own budget, and I kid you not, Johnny Bosch did so many stunts. Not all of his own stunts, he did a lot. Then you got a movie like Broken Path. Look up Broken Path. It stars Johnny Bosch and Daniel Southworth, who played the Quantum Ranger in Time Force, who's another martial arts stuntman. They did a movie where they were fighting each other in the barn at the end. It was, it was a good movie, and it was something that you will not find in any stores. It's a rare movie. Like, you gotta order it, basically. And he did another one with Eric Jacobus called Death Grip. And him and Eric Jacobus is a hell of a martial artist. And then you got Johnny Bosch, who's a hell of a martial artist. And they did a lot of good fight scenes together in that movie. And then let's not forget, he's also the voice of Nero in Devil May Cry. He played him in Devil May Cry 4 and 5. He played the voice of Nero. So Johnny Bosch is the man. He found a way. He was already doing conventions also, but JDF got Walter Jones back into it. Hell, Walter Jones got Austin St. John, who played Jason, back into it. And it's been a good run. And I'm sad to see him go, because I even told my nephew, I was like, yo, you heard that? What happened? My nephew was like, yo, yeah, man, I heard about it, yo. He was like, yo, he was like, I kid you not, yo, I'm sad. I know I'm older now, but I'm sad, man. Because that was our childhood. That was me as a teenager and my nephew. That nephew loved Power Rangers. Every time he could be someplace and it could be Batman, the animated series, going off and at the end you hear a commercial. You hear the bumper come on as the credits roll in, and you hear Jason David Frank doing the voiceover playing, hey, watch Power Rangers. And you hear boom, 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 boom. My nephew, so where he's at? Tommy, where's Tommy? As a little kid. That's what got me, because that is how I bonded with my nephew. Sad, man. Yes, he was Vash the Stampede. That's right. And Trigun. Yup. At Johnny Bosch. So many voice talents and stuff. Like, he did so many different voices. But to do Renton and Eureka 7, who sounds like, that was a voice that sounds nothing like his. Whereas with Ichigo, you can hear that's Johnny Bosch a little bit. Kiba and Wolf's Rain, you can hear that. Okay. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, he does a lot of video game voices as well. It's been so much. Like, he see, the thing is that Jason David Frank got a lot of them back into doing conventions. Even David Yost, a man who walked away from Power Rangers because of his sexuality and how he was constantly called the F word that rhymes with maggot on the set. He was constantly disrespected and just called out of his name because of that, because he was gay. Because he's gay, I mean. He even came back and started doing conventions because when people found out what he went through, when a lot of his fans who are now grown found out what he went through, they found a newfound respect for Billy. So yeah, it's like how one person can touch other people's lives, and they was like, he was the prankster, he was the jokester, had people laughing, and just try to keep the morale high. And he's doing all of that, but meanwhile, his marriage is on shambles. It's crazy how people compensate, but this ain't me saying, it's enough to make him do what he needed to do. It's just that sometimes we compensate and we don't tell people how much help we really need. Like, case in point, I had to reach out to somebody. Somebody called me today. A female friend of mine called me. Like, I noticed that you don't call me. And I'm like, yeah, because I needed to get a break from that. I'm like, it goes to 0 to 60 in a heartbeat. and stuff. We can't agree to disagree on stuff. And I'm like, I've been going through so many things at work. I was like, I got a new co-worker who's new to EMS, and technically I'm his trainee because he didn't get enough training on it. I'm not saying he's bad at his job. He's not. It's just things he's not sure if. He don't have the confidence in certain things, and I'm here to just like try to just not turn him into a lazy worker, because I'm not a lazy worker by any means. I'm just trying to get him to relax and have faith in your ability. But the only way you're gonna have faith in your ability is if you do what the late David Carroll does. Said repetition is the mother of all creation. You gotta keep at it. You gotta work with it. So I'm at this point now. I'm starting to trust him, not like I'm starting to allow him to do more assessments, talk with people. I do the charting and stuff, or I take that information because I want him to be more hands-on with it. So now it's that time. We done went through a lot of this stuff. So I've been going through a lot of stressful things with this job, because I want to make sure he's okay. I want to make sure my job is intact. There's been stabbings. A dude bit another piece of a dude's ear off. My patient had a deep machete laceration on his hand, but he bit the attacker's a piece of his ear off. He bit it off right there. And then I've been dealing with, of course, the regular finding people dead, cardiac arrest, all this other stuff. It's not an easy job. And you would think this girl who called, this girl I've known for years since high school, you would think I could sit there and talk to her about distress, and she's, well, everybody goes through it. I'm like, bitch, that's why I want to say, like, you have no, this is why we ain't a thing. If I can't talk to you about it, who the fuck can I talk to it about it? I know I can talk to my family about it, but you in the medical field too, not the same one as me. But you just like suck it up, buttercup. And I'm like, this is why a lot of black women don't have husbands. It's unbecoming of a man to want to talk about shit. Well, when we start punching you and punching through the walls and punching our hoo-hoo dillies and other women's cha-chas, all of a sudden we're toxic males. Let us talk to you. So help us. Not like we need help, like, I need you to be on the couch. Bitch, just listen. Listen. The same way you want us to listen to you, bitch, listen to us. Y'all don't want to do that. But then, when we bottle it inside and fucking explode on you, it's a problem. When you should be allowing us to explode on your face. But I digress. Yep, that's why you can't tell them shit. You are absolutely correct, man. And speaking of paid professionals, bro, remember the whole situation with Shabri Rawls? That the woman from Ohio, the therapist, who said that black men ain't emotionally intelligent. You said that we are most of your clientele, but then you do TikTok videos or whatever shitting on us. And then you doing videos and you jiggling every step you take, and you doing this, and you turn around, you slap your ass and stuff. And I'm like, this Pookeisha is a therapist. And you wonder why you got fired. Talking about black men ain't emotionally intelligent. I was like, and I said it in my last stream. No, you're not more emotionally intelligent. You are. You more in tune with your emotions, whereas men are more in tune with their logic. And y'all supposed to come together and learn emotion, and the emotion and logic supposed to just flow and stuff and kind of complement one another. But y'all don't want to hear that. Yeah, yes. No. beg you to open up yet. Yep, they lose attraction to you once you open up to them. Yeah, you remember Shabri Rawls. She out of a job. Now, she's being supported by the donation money of black women. See? And that's another reason why niggas are getting their passports. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the whole passport bro situation. Now, me, I don't worship other women thinking like, you know, I need to go elsewhere, or I pedestalize women because of them being non-black. I don't do that shit. My thing is, I'm at this point where you like me, I like you, you like me, we get along, right? We don't have no drama. You like you like some of the shit I like, and I like doing things with you as well. We don't have to match up 100% down the list. You like me, right? You meet my requirements, right? I meet yours, right? The important ones. And yes, weight is important, and weight isn't some shallow shit. What double chin doofus says some shit like weight isn't important? It is. You gotta understand, lady, the way you take care of your body, is representative. It represents how you would take care of your kids and your man. It does. It's representative. Like the way you take care of yourself. Men, we look at that like, yo, she don't even take care of herself. She don't even go to the gym. She just eat. She eat a lot, yo. We look at stuff like that. Just like the same way you look at like, well, this nigga don't know how to work. He ain't working hard. He ain't got no ambition. Look at me. That nigga 5'7". I like tall guys. Right? But you built like a wisdom tooth. We're supposed to just take that in stride. And you said when these hoes learn. Yeah, they learn. Yeah, they run new shit into the ground. And they have to also understand, just because you have an education doesn't mean you have a high IQ. That means you educated in something. You educated in one specific thing more than I'm educated in that. That's all it is. You have a business associate. Whoop the fucking do, I don't. But do you know how to navigate through this world? Do you have common sense? If somebody dropped dead in front of you, would you know how to give them CPR? Would you know the telltale signs of somebody who's possibly high on the opiate? Do you know if somebody is fucking asphyxiating, how do you stop them from choking to death on their own vomit? Right? You know that stuff, right? See, you don't. I do. And then you know shit that I don't know. That's just the way life is. I don't sit here and be like, well, I'm an EMT, so I'm better than everybody. No, I'm not. That's how a lot of you sisters sound when you get a piece of paper. And a lot of you are working jobs. You're in debt from college. And then you're working jobs that don't even pertain to your field because those fields don't pay enough. You done went and got you a degree for a $40,000 a year job. Whereas me, I spent $1,600. Not even, the hospital spent $1,600 on my course. And I fucking passed it. And now I'm making what you're making and more because I work more hours and I have a second job. So, you. Yeah, they can't. You know, somebody actually told me because they can't speak on it. Somebody told me they don't know what words are you talking about. Like you using words that I don't understand. Why are you using words like that? You are very well. You know, don't insult my intelligence. You very well spoken. I'm like, what the fuck that means? I'm just saying, be happy about it. No, no, I'm not happy about it. I'm very well spoken. How the fuck am I supposed to speak when I'm talking to people professionally? See here, I'm just cutting loose. Got a little bit of truth serum in me also. Now, how am I supposed to speak? Oh, you know what I'm saying, you know this, that, and the other, and you know what I mean? You want me to say that every other sentence, you know what I mean? Huh? No, I can't. That's not how I get down. I swear. Man. But I really, this time, I'm about to wind it down. I'm about to get me some mint chocolate ice cream and just fucking have that and pass the fuck out. I have this weekend off. I done worked 20 hours at my second job. I worked 12. I worked 11 and a half Tuesday, and I worked 8 and a half today. So I got my 20 hours, and then God knows I worked about 38 hours at my other job. So I've been working for 5 fucking days straight. So I need this weekend to myself. I ain't picking up no overtime. Today was overtime. Today was my other job. I need today off. I need tomorrow off, and I got Monday off. And then we could talk about overtime for my full-time job. But I've been working hard. And I'm gonna tell you one more thing. Stop, men, brothers. Stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. You know, I know women throw the fact that we don't make the money that she needs to feel safe in our faces all the time, but when shit hits the fan, she's not going to be the one that's going to help you out. Okay, so I'm telling you this now: live within your means, all of you. You see, I talk about my expenses, my hobbies being expensive, but I don't just come out my pocket with everything up front. I budget it out. There's plans to help you pay for everything that you would want in moderation. Meaning, like, I do increments every 2 weeks, and I have another job. So what I do to pay for this computer that I built, these parts, I work overtime so I can still make sure my car's paid for monthly. My finance fees for my car's paid for. My cars are covered in insurance. My rent and utilities are paid for here, which is not expensive because it's a family home, but still though. Once I get the shit situated, my car's paid down, and other things are paid off, I want to put down money on a condominium. I really do. I don't want a house, but I don't want a traditional apartment. I want something that is like the best of both worlds. That's what I want. And I have to find one within my price range. I'm a single man. My dogs ain't going to be alive forever, so I'm cherishing the time I'm spending with them as my pets. They are my responsibility. I have a lot on my plate. But like I said in my last stream, a lot of this stuff is things I took on. So now I have to be responsible. And I'm sorry. If I have a lot of things on my plate and you want to shove all of those things off my plate and be the primary dish, it's not going to happen, because a lot of you single mothers say that we come second to your children. Bitch, you come second to my finances and my hobbies and everything. If with that mentality. So kick rocks with that bullshit. And like you said, YouTube budget like crazy, man. and I have to save. I need to really get back into that. But once I get all of this shit paid for, that I got this computer's future proof, bro. This computer is gonna serve me for quite some time. So I put the money in now, pay it. I'm good. So when I take care of it, it's off the floor too. So I'm trying to keep it clean, no pet dander and everything as much as possible. Got a high airflow case. It has magnet dust protectors. It has a screen. It has a screen in front of the fans, a dust protective screen. It has a dust magnet on top. It has a high flow fan on the back. It's off the ground. That's being done. And I collect these when I can. When I see something in stock that I know that's not there, that I know is going to be sold out quick and I don't have, I will jump on it. It's about $20-something every time I see something, or every time I get a chance and I see something that I got the money for. And that's what, gas money? Because I can't even say that for the simple fact that I ride my bike most places. That's another thing too. That's another thing too. So I can use the money. I do save on gas, and and that's a collectible, a regular collectible as you see there. But that's gonna turn from a collectible to something I need to put back in the bank. Because I saved up to bought my car, saved up and put a down payment on my car, and I just never recovered the way I want to recover, and that has to change. Even though I'm putting money in two different accounts. I have my stash account, I have my hour account. I'm have money put in those every month or every few weeks or so. Not much, just little nibbles. Just put that in there. So when the opportunity comes, I'm going to put more into there. Because I want what I want, but I want it when I can get it. Not because some girl says it's supposed to be something that makes her panties wet. But meanwhile, some dude that's disrespecting them and yoking their ass up is making their drawers wet. The fuck out my face, man. Anyway, y'all, it's Fury, and it's been a blast. Thank you, Demetrius, for sticking with me through this whole shift. I'm saying shift, this whole live stream. I've got work on my brain so much. But I'm about to take it down. It's been real. I'm going to check you later, alright? Everybody, I don't know, catch it on the replay if you can. But I'm out. And signing off soon. Yes, I'm gonna move at my own pace, bro. I am. But yeah, it's about time I just get me a snack and pass the fuck out. Anyway, it's your boy Fury. I'm here, and now I'm out. Peace.